What is up, guys? Now, this afternoon, news broke that the Denver Broncos will trade a 4th-round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars in return for former Pro Bowl cornerback AJ Bouye. Now, while Denver is definitely in the market for a new cornerback, everyone believed that it would be Byron Jones out of Dallas or even potentially Darius Slay out of Detroit. So this trade this early comes as a bit of a shock. But, you know, we do know that John Elway enjoys getting the trades for the offseason out of the way. An example would be last year, Joe Flacco from the Ravens. I think it got done either right at the Combine or right after. And, of course, though, because it's not league official until the new league year, which begins mid-March, don't expect either team to make a formal press release about this trade. But for Denver, this trade is going to cost about $11 million in cap space, of which they're projected to have anywhere between $60 and $80 million, depending on what they do with the aforementioned Joe Flacco. This also means Denver receives a serviceable replacement for probable free agent Chris Harris Jr. In the end, Denver gets a quarterback who is about 2 years younger than Harris, projected to be $3 million cheaper than Harris, and can for sure play outside man coverage, whereas Harris had his best seasons in the slot position. Now, before last season, Harris mentioned that he was unhappy with Denver because he was only playing in the slot and he wanted to be, quote, on the number one guy. Head coach Vic Fangio gave him that some last year, and it backfired. I mean, Harris got burnt quite a bit against number one wide receivers. Since then, Harris has mentioned he wants to go back to the slot, so definitely kind of flip-flopping on his words. I do not in any way expect Chris Harris to be back in Denver next year. I mean, let's just get that out of the way. He'll probably go to some team like probably the Cowboys. Anyway, on Jacksonville's side of the trade, giving up a Pro Bowl level cornerback who, just like Harris, had an off year last year for a measly 4th-round pick is a sign of things happening within the organization that fans do not want to see, they don't want to talk about, and I can't blame them. You know, regardless of having off seasons, he is a former Pro Bowler, and all you got was a a mid 4th-round pick, I believe. And Jacksonville, the thought is that Jacksonville needs to clear cap space, which I understand, but they also announced yesterday that they plan to franchise tag Yannick Ngakoue, despite his well-published desire to leave Jacksonville the day prior to that on Twitter. While Jacksonville does get a mid-draft pick, one has to wonder what they could have gotten if they let Darius Slay or some other cornerback that's on the trading block set the market for the offseason as opposed to them. As for the winner of this trade, I mean, it has to be the Broncos. Bouye should add some much-needed depth to cornerback, as Denver's core is super thin. As far as Jacksonville, this only sort of perpetuates the thought that the owner's just sitting back collecting checks, not really caring about his team. And while this could definitely be a push for a youth movement, which it should be if that's what they're doing, I'm just not sold on it, and I don't know if most Jacksonville fans are either. But if you're fans of either one of these teams, whether it's the Broncos, the Jaguars, comment below, because I'm personally curious to know where each fan base stands on this particular topic, and whether one thinks they won or one thinks, oh yeah, we completely hosed the other one. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. A rather quick video. The news broke about 2.5 hours ago, so I wanted to get this up for you guys. And as always, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you're really feeling juicy today. Go ahead and hit the bell. It helps a small content creator like myself out more than you'll ever know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time in the backfield.